Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we're in is Regulation E. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Alright, welcome everyone to Season 2 of Regulation E. We're going to get started with our new team. So this team is going to be pretty much, it looks like it has a lot of the mons that are like from the standard 6 that is running around right now. But instead of like Farigiraf, it's like Gothitelle. Instead of Heatran, we have Chandelure. So the idea behind Gothitelle in this team is that you can lead it with like Urshifu or even the Choice Band Rillaboom, or the Dragonite, and you can just lock stuff into the field. And if they don't have ghost types, they're unable to switch out, right? And even if they do have like a Ghost Tera, they have to spend one turn terrestrializing before they're able to switch out, which is really good in my opinion. And you can't just protect and get around that because Urshifu is able to go through protect. So like fake out with trapping plus Urshifu Surging Strikes is really powerful, and that's kind of the idea why I wanted to use Gothitelle. I felt like it was a good pick for the start of this season. This Gothitelle is going to be max speed and max special attack, so your fake out is genuinely going first against the common fake out users like Iron Hands and Rillaboom. And the psychic is doing a lot of damage now that it's max special attack. You're able to deal like 70% to Amoonguss, and Amoonguss with any chip is like it's going to be going down before it gets a chance to spores. And the idea behind that is that you can lead Urshifu, go for the Surging Strikes, and then Psychic into Amoonguss to pick up the KO even if it doesn't Tera. And that's, well, if it tears into water, then it will be able to survive that double up. But if it doesn't Tera, then you're in a pretty good position to remove it from the field before it can spore anything. And then we also have Helping Hand and Trick Room just to power up Urshifu even more. And the Trick Room is really clutch because sometimes you might go up against like hyper offense teams that are really powerful, and you want to kind of slow them down, their tailwind down. You can go for the Trick Room, and now if they have tailwind up, now you're under speeding with a lot of your mons while they're on tailwind, which is really valuable in my opinion. And you can also use it to play mind games with other Trick Room users or Trick Room teams that want to set up Trick Room. Next we have Dragonite. This Dragonite is going to be a new set for me that I wanted to try. This is going to be Assault Vest, and now I'm really known for running Choice Band Dragonite. It's one of my favorite Dragonite sets, but I wanted to try something a little different. The damage output is a little mitigated without having the Choice Band, but you do have the luxury of being able to switch between your moves. We still have Aqua Jet, we have Stomping Tantrum. We did swap out over Outrage for Aerial Ace just to be able to hit like a lot of things that are weak to flying in the format, when I find that really valuable. And next to Chien-Pao, and it still deals a decent amount of damage, right? And this Dragonite, instead of like early game cleaning, it's more so of a late game cleaner. And I didn't really showcase the capability of it doing that much in this video, but if you want to try this team out, I would say you should lead the Rillaboom like it is Choice Band Dragonite. Play with your Rillaboom with the Grass Terror next to Chien-Pao and just knock everything out, and then use like Dragonite, Urshifu as cleaners if you didn't lead Gothitelle, right? And Chandelure kind of does the cleaning job up as well if you remove the checks for it, which is really valuable. Next we have Chien-Pao. So Chien-Pao is going to be a pretty standard set. It has Icicle Crash, Sucker Punch, Sacred Sword. I felt like the standard set was the best fit for this team because you have a lot of the coverage that this team needs, which is the dark coverage into some of the ghost types and psychic types that want to move before you, and then you have the Sacred Sword to deal damage to Dondozo and also hit steel types. The steel types can be a little troublesome for this team if they get them in the right position. And Icicle Crash is just really good, stab coverage from Chien-Pao that gives you a chance to flinch. So, and then we have Ghost Terror. So I felt like the standard Chien-Pao set is the best set for this team, and that's why we went ahead and went with that one. Next is going to be one of my interesting new sets. It's going to be Choice Band Rillaboom. So this Rillaboom does so much damage. Choice Band, Grass Terror, Wood Hammer in the grassy terrain next to Chien-Pao just pretty much removes everything from the field. And even if you resist it, you're taking like 80-90%. And that's if you're bulky. If you're like kind of frail and resistant, like Chi-Yu is still getting one shot by this Wood Hammer, which is incredibly powerful. Now you don't even have to go for the high horsepower, which will still one shot Chi-Yu if it doesn't Tera. You can expect it to Tera and then just hit it with Wood Hammer, even if it doesn't Tera. If you're Grass Tera next to Chien-Pao, you're gonna one shot it. Now Chi-Yu can outspeed you, and that's why you have the speed control with Gothitelle. And you can also just go, if Chi-Yu's chipped any, like I would say maybe like 10%, you really can go for the Grassy Glide and just outspeed it and one-shot it, right? Which is really valuable. Or you can just double up with Sucker Punch plus Grassy Glide, and that'll also remove it. That double up Grassy Glide plus Sucker Punch removes a lot of things from the field. Think of it similar to like Choice Band Dragonite with E-Speed. Like you're just outspeeding things with your priority, and then you're just one-shotting everything with the double ups, right? And it's really powerful. And I say the double up with Sucker Punch because Grassy Glide is 55 base power. Sometimes it can slightly miss out on the KO. And Chien-Pao, even if it's resisted like a dark type, that little bit of chip that you're doing with Sucker Punch makes it so you're able to pick up those KOs. And the other move that we have on Rillaboom is U-Turn. Choice Band U-Turn is really good into mons that are like 4 times weak to bug, or just weak to bug in general. It's gonna still be doing a lot of damage, and you're able to pivot out, especially if Chien-Pao's on the field. Things like Psychic types, Crest, they take a lot of damage from U-Turn, so it's really valuable. Water Ogerpon takes a lot of damage. Grass Ogerpon takes a lot of damage, and that's the idea behind that. Urshifu is going to be also a standard choice scarf set. The only difference is that instead of like Ice Spin or Aqua Jet, we have Poison Jab. Poison Jabs allow us to hit some of the Ogerpons that are in the format, and we outspeed them with the choice scarf, which is really valuable. And then being able to like deal a little bit of more super effective damage and potentially poison them is really valuable in my opinion. Also, like if Fluttermane tears into a fairy, you can also, you know, pick it up with Poison Jab in case it's one of those bulky Fluttermane sets that's calc to survive, like a Surgeon Strikes from Urshifu. And last but not least, we have another one of our stars of this team, which is going to be Chandelure. Chandelure is on this team solely for the reason that I wanted to use a Regulation E Pokemon on this team and not have it set to all Regulation D or C Pokemon. And the idea behind why I do that is every format that comes out, whenever I team build, in order to make it, you know, more fun and explore more Pokemon to make them, try to make them viable, I like to use a Pokemon, at least one on a team that was introduced in the new format. And I could have had Heatran in this slot, which does a lot of the similar things that Chandelure does, but then I wouldn't have a new Regulation E Pokemon on this team. And that's kind of the only reason why I did that. If you wanted to have this team and optimize it, you could switch out Heatran for that, because Heatran is a little bit better because of its a lot of the resistances that it has. But other than that, you can really use Chandelure in the same way that you use Heatran. We have a lot of ground coverage coming from High Horsepower and Stumping Tantrum from Dragonite and Rillaboom, so we're not missing that the Earth Power that much, and the Shadow Ball gives you just a different type of coverage to hit certain things like other Ghost types and stuff like that that Heatran generally doesn't carry. And so we're still like a Fairy Tera set, just like Heatran, as well as we have Flash Fire, Life Orb, and Heat Wave. So this Chandelure actually deals more damage than Heatran. It's very powerful. If you position it properly, it's able to deal a lot of damage. If you get it locked in against things that are weak to it and can't really hit it with Gothitelle, then you're in a really good spot from that point. And the Fairy Tera is really good at surprising some of those dark types that want to remove Chandelure easily with like Sucker Punches or Kowtow Cleaves and things like that, and you're able to go into the Fairy typing and do really well into them. So the Chandelure is very powerful. It has its own niche. It does threaten Trick Room. People know that it carries Trick Room, but we don't actually have it on there. So just leading it against those type of teams makes it really good. It's really good in the Torkoal. It's also really good into the Armor Rouge, right? And it threatens, it keeps Armor Rouge from wanting to click Armor Cannon easily, as well as Heat Wave. And the combo with this is, if you have Rillaboom, you're able to remove the Psychic terrain, and now they can only click like single target Expanding Force. And if you have Chien-Pao with you as well, you threaten an immunity to the Expanding Force as well as an immunity to Heat Wave and Armor Cannon. And that's kind of like how I like to cycle this team. If you go up against like an Armor Rouge and DD team, I genuinely would bring like Chien-Pao, Rillaboom, Chandelure, and Dragonite, right? And then just play around it with that with the Assault Vest, and that gives you pretty good coverage into the team. You could bring Gothitelle to resist the Expanded Force, but I found it more useful to be able to remove them with the 4 that I just mentioned. I felt like that was the best 4 for them. So that's going to be it for a team breakdown with this team. There is a runner code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepage down in the description below. And let me know with a comment if you guys like Chandelure, if you think it's interesting, and what kind of pick do you think it is opposed to using Heatran. And that's going to be it for it, and let's get to these battles. Alright, let's start this season off. All right, let's start this season off with a bang. So we have Tornadus, Urshifu, Serena, which is an interesting pick in my opinion. I think it's very underplayed, as well as Regieleki. And then he has Iron Bundle and Scizor. So it doesn't look like he really has. Maybe Iron Bundle has Ghost Terror. If I was the leader, Scarlet Urshifu, his Iron Bundle could freeze dry me, right? He could lead Serena, and he could lead his own Urshifu. And this was actually Grass Terra. This would be kind of incredible into this team, right? But we went with the Fairy Tera. I think I just want to go Dragonite, Chien-Pao, Chandelure, Urshifu in the back. Actually, let's go Rilla. Yeah, let's go Rilla. I think the choice band, Grassy Glide is strong here. Now my opponent has Serena, but do you lead it or do you bring it in the back? Ryan leads it. Now my question are you Tera Fairy? Tera Fairy play rough would be kind of scary with Tailwind, right? I think I want to go on the Chandelure and protect and see what my opponent does turn one. I think it may be a play rough on that. He didn't Terra, so this could have been an Icicle crash into anything. Rain Dance. Wow, so we're playing Teeter Dance. What am I playing? And he's Lumberry. What? I think I'm just gonna go back out in the Dragonite and Icicle Crash. I don't know what weird strategy this is, but I think if we just take out Serena, then my opponent's team just falls. It's a priority. That's a good switch. And he's still not going for Tailwind. I wonder, are you Choice Scarf? I'm gonna go on a Rillaboom and just crash. Actually, I'm gonna E-Speed this slot. Crash Tornadus. Yeah, I had a feeling he wasn't gonna switch out. My opponent's playing kind of weird by not going for Tailwind with Tornado, so I'm just gonna go on the offensive. And this could potentially be a double KO if he's not bulky. So there's a Tailwind. And now we've done the damage. And this is a double KO. Okay. I would say my Dragonite's in a decent position. I think I can get a free switch in into Rillaboom. Alright. So we can stall out the rain. How many turns are rain? 2. And Chandelure kind of just beats this, right? He hasn't Tera yet, though. So I do want to switch out into Rillaboom. And protect. Alright, there's a Tera, which is perfect. Now we get to see what's coming out. Sizzle. Water. Okay. I kind of feel like Chandelure's disposable now. Oh, and you just took damage from that. Oh, he went into the Rillaboom though. That's still a lot of damage. No Citrus Berry, okay. It's not as bad, a little bit of chip. Oh, that was a really good play. Alright, so I'm going to Chandelure here. It's still 2 turns of Tailwind, right? I think I just try to take out the Serena. Who knows? It may even be still slower than me, even with Tailwind up. Crit didn't matter there. Yeah, so he takes more damage. Alright, so I really just need to get rid of the Serena. And I think we got this game wrapped up. But he can't really hit Chandelure, right? He's shown high jump kick. I know he has a grass type attack. I'm just gonna Shadow Ball this slot. And Aerial Ace. Oh, we survived that. Beautiful. Okay, really double that slot. Some weird sets by my opponent. Focus Energy. I think he doubled that slot reading me going into Rillaboom. And to outspeed me, you gotta click Bullet Punch, right? And that shouldn't be able to one-shot me. So I think we're good if we always go for Grassy Glide here. Oh, Choice Band Rillaboom just gets the one-hit KO. Nice. Let's go. First game, first win. That was a really good game. Alright, but let's get into the next one. Alright, so Leo has his own Chandelure. Does he see the vision? I think he might. How do I beat Steel Terra Coma? I guess it's with my Chandelure. So I'm gonna bring Urshifu. I mean, it's just kind of bad if he leads Ogerpon, right? He has Ghost type and a Steel type. I kind of like Chien-Pao here. I think Chien-Pao threatens a lot of damage. I'm gonna try to remove the Ninetales immediately. There's no need for me to fake it out if I'm gonna try to KO it before it gets screens up. Alolan Sandslash is so cool here. I'm interested to see what my opponent does with it. I went for a Tera on it. Okay. So that's to stop me from going for like a fake out close combat into that slot. Because close combat is 4 times effective. So that's the good Tera because Bug resists ground and fighting, which Sandslash is weak to both of those. So that's a good Tera on it actually. I wonder if he has like Tera Bug to hit some of the grass types in the format. Yeah, but we're going after the Ninetales, so we can take Sandslash out. I don't see it dealing much damage here. Oh, okay, I mean... Woo! So we lose our Gothitelle, but let's see, can we take his Ninetales with us? Yeah, that's Life Orb. So that's cool tech. I didn't know he got Leash Life. That's actually better than Tera Blast. Yeah, this should be able to pick up the KO. So he's Life Orb, Bug Tera. So he's most likely carrying a Steel type attack because you should be able to KO Flutterman in one hit. And also an Ice type attack. I wonder if he has Drill Run though. I mean, we can test it and see. I think Chandelure puts on a lot of pressure here. Oh, okay. Yo, if he's bulletproof, I can't hit him with... Oh, man. Oh, this just got scary. If he's bulletproof, then I might be in some trouble here. Yeah, I just thought about that. I can't hit him with this shit. He already used his Tera, so it's good that he didn't Tera. I did make that do more damage due to switching in Chien-Pao. I think I might just fall to Como if I can't get it off the field. What is Como going for? Okay. So it's not the Iron Defense Body Press set. There's my opponent, Chandelure. Right, so let's go for a crash here. Surging strikes. Hopefully I'm faster than this thing. Depends on if he's max speed on it or not. Most people don't run max speed Como. I really need to hit the Chandelure here though. I think I win if I outspeed it. He's fast. That's so unfortunate. That's probably gonna be game. I mean, I could one-shot him here and then we win 1v1 against Chandelure. It just depends on how much Crash does. Oh, he's Scarf on that. Oh, wow. Yep, so I had to outspeed Como. Yeah, there's no way we win this one. So we take our first loss already. Yeah, that was a good, well played by my opponent. The Sand Slash was cool, so I actually don't mind losing to that, because hopefully that showcases that, you know, that it can be good in this format. Alright, so last time we went 15-0 before we lost one. We already lost one already. But we are using a different team. Alright, so we have Berto here. Urshifu Tornadus, Goldango, Ogerpon, Iron Hands, and Arcanine. If he leaves Goldango, right, he's gonna switch it out into Ogerpon, and I can play around that. There's no reason you shouldn't bring Goldango. I'm gonna leave Rillaboom for this one. Once it gets intimidated, I don't think the Choice Band Grassy Glide is gonna be good. Urshifu. So Arcanine has to be like a Tera Grass here, right? So I could have knocked this out with, it's probably gonna knock out my Urshifu. Because I didn't go for Tera or Helping Hand. Yeah, I would have been able to KO it. Yeah, that might cost me my Urshifu, but I think as long as I get in Chien-Pao here, we should be in a good spot. I kind of didn't want to just burn my Tera in case it was Tera Grass. But like, you should always Tera Arcanine there, right? It's like no reason why you wouldn't. I'm sure he's probably choice band Arcanine too. I think we probably just win the game if we just remove his Tera turn 1, right? And what I take just a Surging Strikes onto my Urshifu. The only reason I would hesitate is because I felt like it might be Tera Grass. And I didn't want to just lose my Tera for nothing. So that's the only reason why I hesitated. But I think we still are good. Oh, that's a bulky Urshifu. Oh, that's not good. He's probably just gonna switch out and go Dango. He can switch now. I don't see why you wouldn't. Oh, he didn't switch. Okay. I'll take the double KO. I feel like you should switch there. I mean, maybe you just don't have the Dango. Yeah, I let Arcanine pick up a KO and a half, right? When I could have just knocked it out turn 1. I think next time I'm just going to go for the KO because there's more Tera Fairy Arcanine right now than it is Tera Grass. I don't think he's gonna fake out here, but I need to play it safe. Yeah, I knew he was gonna spike his shield. Iron Hands is probably gonna attack. Oh, he went for fake out. Okay. I could attack with. Oh yeah, my Gothitelle beats Iron Hands if I KO this slot over here. This mines are so bulky right now. Okay, but that's enough to pick up the KO. Nice. So Gothitelle should be able to beat Iron Hands 1v1. And he can't protect it, right? He's most likely Assault Vest. So we're gonna Sacred Sword here and Fake Out just to deal the most damage. A little bit of chip from Fake Out. Sacred Sword. Nice. And then I'm gonna go for Sacred Sword again, because we don't want to miss. And the reason that I went for Icicle Crash on Ogerpon, because I don't think Sacred Sword picks up the KO. So I had to risk that miss. I think we just went from this point though. Nice. Now, so it was. I feel like this game would have been over a lot earlier, because he didn't bring Godengo, right? So he didn't have, you know, the switching I thought he would to E-Speed. I could have just Tera Urshifu, faked out his Urshifu, and then just KO'd his Arcanine. And I don't see how he wins from that point. Sure, he gets in our hands next turn and gets a Fake Out, but I can always switch, right, into Dragonite. And I hadn't Terra'd yet, so Dragonite would eat the Surging Strikes from the Urshifu. And then I can just go from there. But his Urshifu took a lot less damage than I thought it would from that Choice Band E-Speed. Oh, I'm not Choice Band E-Speed. I'm Assault Vest E-Speed. I'm so used to playing with Choice Band Dragonite. The damage is noticeable. Wow, my Rillaboom's Choice Band. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm playing with Assault Vest Dragonite. So I have the option to pivot between my moves. I totally forgot about that. So he has 3 mons that are weak to Chandelure. I feel like if you got Godengo, you should lead it and go Dragon Terror, be able to switch. Yeah, Godengo being able to switch out of Shadow Tag just makes me not want to bring this. I think I want to bring Choice Band Rillaboom. Actually, I think his Roaring Moon comes out. So I'm going to go Dragonite, Chien-Pao, Rillaboom, and Chandelure. Yeah, I like that. Because Chandelure does really well into a lot of his mons. I knew that Roaring Moon was going to come out here. I think I just want to go Sacred Sword here. E-Speed here. No protect. Okay. That was Choice Band. I probably just picked up the KO there. Huh? What? Okay. So I threaten to knock out into either of these slots. Which one is more likely to protect? I don't think Chien-Pao's ever going for a Sucker Punch here. So I could Sucker Punch Chien-Pao in case he goes for like a Sacred Sword that protects Roaring Moon. And then his E-Speed this slot. Okay, he didn't protect either. Rain Dance Chien-Pao? Well, this is before Master Ball, so. We just pick up 2 KOs for pretty much a Tailwind, which is only 2 turns left, and a Rain Dance. But I guess his Urshifu is primed to sweep. But he may just Terror it, so. I mean, this could have Fall on me. I mean, I'm going up against 2 water types and in the rain. So I can reduce some of the physical damage that's coming out, sack Chandelure, and then just E-Speed Urshifu. I can't lie, I wanted to try the Assault Vest because I've seen that it's pretty good, but I think Choice Band fits me better. But I haven't really been able to utilize my Choice Band Rillaboom, but I think that it can be really good here. So your Choice Band Rillaboom can one-shot both of these. I think he's going all in on knocking out my did he double into Chien-Pao? That should KO, right? Yeah. I mean, what do you do against Choice Band Rillaboom now? So Shadow Ball this slot and then Choice Band Grassy Glide. You may not even protect one because you may expect Fake Out plus attack into something. So you may just attack with both. So we take out Urshifu, which is perfect. And Ivy Cudgel should not KO us, but we resist it. Alright, let's see how much Ivy Cudgel in the rain at with Water Terror Storm. Woo! Still pretty strong. I don't know if a crit might have gotten it there. I wonder if he's carrying Grassy Glide on that. There's nothing else we can do but just click this, right? He didn't even go for Spiky Shield. One play I was thinking was that he went for like Spiky Shield, make me chip myself, and then Grassy Glide me back next to Chien-Pao, and maybe able to pick up the KO on my Rillaboom. If he had Grassy Glide, that's a play he could have considered. He has the lady's butt in his image. Hilarious. Gotta love it. Alright, well, let's get into the next one. Alright, Torkoal, Armarouge, Indeedee, Regidrago, Ursaluna, and Urshifu. Alright. So Chandelure is good here to resist the fire attacks that are coming out. Rillaboom gets rid of Psychic Terrain. I can reverse trick him with this. What are the chances that he's weak armor? I'm gonna need Dragonite, Chien-Pao, Rillaboom, and Chandelure. I got a suspicion that he might be weak armor. And Chandelure kind of does really well into the Torkoal. Yep. So this looks like weak armor. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. I think I want to switch out my Rillaboom first. And go for a Sucker Punch. Yeah. So Indeedee comes out here. I'm hoping that he's going for an attack and not just Trick Room, right? This play would have worked if I had Crunch. So are you going for Trick Room? I mean, you should, but I feel like, I don't know. When they lead like that, it usually be weak armor, but he may not even be weak armor. Yeah, he's going for Trick Room. Okay. Torkoal should come in here. I maybe should have switched the other way around in case he doesn't. I assume the Heat Wave, but in case he's Armor Cannon the Armor slot, I should have switched the other way around. So Torkoal's coming in here. Oh, where's your Drago? Okay. I really don't like these types of games with the Indeedee mind games. Right, at least we bait out a Tera, so let's see what he's trying to do here. Grass. Alright, so we baited out the Heat Wave. So Indeedee may switch in here for Armarouge. I'm gonna E-Speed Regidrago and switch out in that Rillaboom. Yeah. So Indeedee switches in here, but then I just reverse the terrain. And now I can start choice banning Grassy Glides. And it's perfect because his is slower, so they're gonna switch out first. Yeah, I still wish this was choice banned Dragonite. Oh, that still did a lot. Oh, we got a crit. Okay, that's very fortunate. Yeah, that still did a lot of damage, even at that little HP. So I'm gonna aerial ace and U-turn and DD slide. Okay, you should never be bringing Urshifu in here, right? But either way, they're both gonna get KO'd in this slot. Perfect. And he's Dragon's Claw, or whatever the dragon item is. Perfect. Oh, he forfeited. Oh, 2020 Pokevision there. Oh man. What? Yeah, I just hard read my opponent there. And even if you switch in Urshifu, it's still gonna feint to be aerial ace plus U-turn double up. Like, you protect and just get doubled up until it's just frustrating. But hey, I love that one because Armarouge players love to mess with your brain and have like the weak armor and the trick room sets and all these different things. And you see like the turn one play I made covers for like it being weak armor and trying to like get a switch into Indeedee, and we just sucker punch it before it even gets to move. So when he goes for like a U-turn into it with his Urshifu, he knocks it out, right? And that's kind of why I went for the sucker punch there and switched in Rillaboom just in case like he hard switched into Indeedee, so I can still get that off regardless of how he went for that play. But yeah, so that was the idea behind my turn one play. And like I said, we just pretty much read him. If he's switching to Urshifu, we still like pick up a KO most likely. And if he's switching to Armarouge, then we always pick up the KO, right? So it was perfect. And then when you turn Rillaboom out, so we keep resetting the terrain. And that's how you want to kind of play against Armarouge players when they have Indeedee. You want to keep bringing your Rillaboom in and out. Don't attack with it. Just keep cycling it so they can't successfully get their terrain up, so you can click your priority moves, and they also can't click their expanding force into both slots. So that's kind of the way, like a masterclass of how you want to play against the Armarouge teams. And you see we switched because we knew his Armarouge was slower than our Chandelure because it's a Trick Room team. So we switched into our Rillaboom, which switched after his Armarouge. So we immediately got rid of the terrain and was able to go to E-Speed into the Regidrago, prevent it from doing as much damage. The crit was very fortunate. I don't know how much it usually does there. That's why I kind of like the choice band Dragonite. But like I said, I wanted to try something different, and we hit number one on the ladder last season with choice band Dragonite. So I wanted to try like a little different set. But in my preference, I do like the extra damage that choice band gives it. But let's get into the next one. Alright, Udi Pooty. So he has a strange team. So he has Iron Treads, Gastrodon, Torkoal, so Slug and the Turtle. And Rabombi, I haven't seen that all in Sword and Shield. Hisuian, Typhlosion, and Glamora. So this looks like it is a cheesy team. And I do think Chandelure being immune to the Heat Wave shenanigans is good. He could bring out Torkoal with the Sun. Still think I'm gonna lead Urshifu Chien-Pao. Gastrodon. Yeah, I wonder if he will lead Gastrodon. And I'm gonna bring Rillaboom just for that reason. I think I'll leave Rillaboom. While it does beat the Gastrodon, it falls too easy to Torkoal, the Typhlosion, and the Glamora. And Chandelure is good for the heat, the fire spam from Typhlosion. And I think Dragonite's typing with the Assault Vest is also good here. Rabombi and Glamora, okay. Alright, so I know one thing, we can remove Rabombi. And do I care about poison right now? I think I'll go... Yeah, I'd rather not, because if he's Grass Tera, I'd rather not just sack my Urshifu to like a Grass Tera Energy Ball. Glamora could be carrying it, right? And I just want to remove Rabombi before it does anything weird with this strategy. Alright, so there's a Tera. Let's see what's going on. Alright, Glamora, you Grass? Yep, see, this is why I faked it out. So now I can switch out into Dragonite and area waste that slot. And we're just gonna have to play around poison. Like, if we can beat my opponent fast enough, the poison won't matter. He doesn't really have the bulkiest stall team. Oh yeah, Rabombi's out of there. So we can remove any shenanigans that might have come out from that. I'd rather not deal with the ladder strategies. Alright, and Glamora should be froze. Okay, we'll flinch. Alright, so I'm gonna Psychic Torkoal to reduce the eruption power. Switch out into Dragonite. I could go into Chandelure. Yeah. And Psychic Torkoal. Because the reason I want to go into Chandelure is because if he goes for a Heat Wave, I get the boost, and now I threaten the Glamora with a one-hit KO. And I can save my Dragonite for the end game. And he can't switch, so Solar Beam. Solar Beam, what? What do you do if they get rid of the sun? Show me that eruption. That's the correct slot, though. Did a lot of damage. Yep, now we just click Heat Wave, though. He can't switch. I'm not sure if he has protects, but even if you protect, all you're doing is stalling out one turn of your own sun. Yeah, and just a little bit of poison on Chandelure. Oh, he's outspeeding me. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Power Gem is actually pretty scary. Okay. So I got another play I can go for here. But I need to... I don't know if this KOs. But I have Poison Jab. Super effective. It may be enough. That was a really good play last turn. I did not expect power. I mean, it's his signature move, right? Well, not signature move, but it's a rock type, so I should expect that. But I guess I didn't expect it to outspeed me still. Glamora being poisoned is pretty funny. Wow, do I lose to this squad? Alright, at least we survived there. Okay. Alright, so my Gothitelle can always KO the Torkoal. The poison was fortunate there. I would have liked to just not. To just KO'd it though. Alright, so let's see what my opponent's last is. Tough Lotion. Okay. Well, we have Assault Vest here, so here's the case where it's strong for us. How many turns of Sunlight are left? That's too many. So I'm gonna go for Stumping, and I still have Aqua Jet because I'm not. Torkoal should protect here because I'm not Choice Band, so I can go for Aqua Jet later. Dragonite eats that pretty well. How much is this doing? Nice, and that's a one-hit KO. Beautiful. Alright, so we still figure out a way to claw this game out. This was pretty scary though, man. Glamora had a lot more damage into my team than I thought it would. Yeah, this should finish things off. Nice. Right, perfect. Dragonite was the perfect call. I think he could have still just won this game even without the Assault Vest. I think Eruption probably would have took me down to maybe a low yellow, almost red health. I think we would still been able to survive it. But that was a pretty good match. But that's going to be it for our first set of games at the beginning of our season. Hope you all enjoyed this content. We were able to get into Master Ball. We did take our L, but after the L, we won 4 in a row, right? So we're still doing pretty good. And when I make my start my next video, we're going to start our rank 1 climb to see if we can get it. This team is going to take a little bit more practice with me, but I still think it's capable. I think it has the right tools. I just need to utilize it the right way, right? And it's funny because, I mean, I really could just switch the items on Dragonite and Rillaboom and give Rillaboom Fake Out, and this team will probably be just a little bit better. But I'm not 100% sure on if I want to do that because I EV'd the Rillaboom to be able to take advantage of the Choice Band. But let's play a couple more games with it, and we'll see if those items need to switch. But that's all right. Now getting into a mid-way review. Gothitelle came out in a couple matches. It was pretty good in the matches that it came out in. I do like having the max speed and be able to go for those powerful psychics with max special attack. As you see, like in the last game, that psychic did so much to that Torkoal. Like this Gothitelle does a lot of damage from the special side. Dragonite, like I said, I'm used to the Choice Band damage, so I'm still getting used to being able to use the Assault Vest. But like I said, the benefit that comes with the Assault Vest is that you can cycle through your moves, and that is, you know, Really good for, you know, a lot of different situations to where you need to not get locked into a move, and also your opponent might be like expecting to be locked, that you're locked into a move, and you kind of surprise them by being able to switch it. And the extra bulk that comes with that is also, you know, really good, and I still have to learn to play with that, but I'm just so used to the Choice Band Dragonite. The Choice Band Rillaboom's also really good. Being able to have all four of those moves, I would say you could take out U-turn for the fake out and then switch the items on Dragonite and Rillaboom, and you might have a more optimal team. But I wanted to try out Choice Band Rillaboom, and it did come out in a couple of games, and it does do a lot of damage. Like if you get positioned with the Grassy Terra, Grassy Glide next to Rillaboom, or I mean next to Chien-Pao, and you're in the right position to where they don't have any resist, and you can just really clean through your opponent's team, and then just have like Urshifu and Dragonite in the back to clean up the rest of the game after that. So it can be really strong. You can also lead it with Gothitelle, right, and fake out and then go for grass. A wood hammer in the terrain is doing a lot of damage with the grass Terra, right? So that's the idea behind why I wanted to do it. I just wanted a lot of damage to come out from my Rillaboom, and that's the real point of it. His Chien-Pao says pretty standard. We already know what it does. It boosts the physical damage of all the other mons on his team that are physical attackers, and also the Ghost Terror helps to get around fake out. Same with Choice Scarlet Urshifu. The one difference is that we have the Poison Jab over something like an Aqua Jet or Ice Spinner, and that's to just be able to hit a lot of the poison weak mons like the Ogre Pawns, Fluttermane when it tears, and things like that, and other Rillaboom. It's really good for that. And Chandelure, you know, the sub for the Heatran plays very similar to a Heatran, but just has Shadow Ball instead of the Earth Power or Flash Cannon that it usually carries. And I just wanted to try out something that can't be faked out, something that's a little more versatile with the Ghost typing than Heatran is. And as we play with it more, you get to see its value. And it also threatens Trick Room even though it doesn't have it, but your opponent doesn't know that, right? This is best of one. This is ladder best of one, and it can be really useful when it comes to that. But if you want to try this team out, there is a runner code up at the top right, as well as a Poke Paste down in the description below. And let me know with a comment if you like this team, if you're interested in using Chandelure. Like I said, I put Chandelure on the team because it's a Regulation E Pokemon, and I kind of, whenever these regulations come out, I don't want to not use any of the new Pokemon on any of my teams when I make the team, right? So every team that I make is going to have at least one Pokemon that was introduced in Regulation E, and that's just kind of like how I like to play it. I could have like had Heatran in this slot, but that's pretty much a Regulation D team that you would have seen in the previous regulation, and I kind of don't want to move backwards. I want to keep moving forward. So I want to try to use more of the new Pokemon and try to make them valuable. And I feel like this was a better way to help Chandelure be able to shine by kind of trying to use it just like a Heatran. But that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, if you like it, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.